Hey everybody, Kyle here. Recently I moved up north for a new job opportunity, and I was like, hey, it's Saturday. Let me go out to the movie theaters because I knew a few good movies were out. I knew that Project Hail Mary was out. I knew the Mortal Kombat 2 movie came out, and I knew something else came out. And I was like, you know what? I just want to watch a good movie tonight. And so I walked into this fancy movie theater, and I was like, I'm just gonna spoil myself because I'm gonna be make baller money, and I survived my first week, and it was pretty good. And then I see, oh, that's right, there's another movie out, one that I was actually waiting for when I first saw the trailer. It's called The Sheep Detectives, and I just thought it was a funny idea. The guy who plays as Wolverine gets killed, and his flock of sheep, who he read murder stories to, and murder mysteries and stuff, they go and solve the mystery. I grew up on Scooby-Doo. When I did read, even though I was a stupid kid who didn't want to read but play video games, Encyclopedia Brown. That's a big word. That was one of my favorite mystery books growing up. And then didn't help that I also watched Doctor Who, which kind of had its own fair share of mysteries and stuff that you'd have to figure out. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure kind of does have its own mystery, but it's more about finding out how to defeat the dude with the really weird and bullcrap stuff with their own equal bullcrap knowledge stuff that kind of makes sense. And, I go into this movie and I'm like, it's probably just going to be a cheesy kids movie. But I even remember going on to TikTok and seeing people like just full on tear up after the movie, and their wives or daughters and even some full grown men, they're sitting there like all teary eyed. I'm like, how is this movie getting people teary eyed? And guess what? I hate this movie, man. I hate this movie because it made me teary-eyed as well. This movie about sheep in a murder mystery somehow made me tear up multiple times. At least I know it at least happens for everybody in one specific part during, in a part before the climax, after a big twist, and just like a good extension of like the finale before, during, and after the climax, but. Oh my gosh, it's such a great movie. That was not on my 2026 bingo card of just having an amazing movie of sheep. One that for some unknown reason I cried to. I mean, like, I wasn't sitting there with my head in my hand and just bawling my eyes out, but this was a really great twist on murder mysteries. And I guess it's based on a novel, so now I gotta read that. I think it was like 3 sacks full or something like that, 3 bags full. But yeah, the one thing that impressed me otherwise was the animals, or more specifically like the CGI for the sheep. That had to be one of, if not the best sheep animation, just animal animation in general. Like, these animals felt so real to watch. And not only that, they had just this perfect blend of just regular animal facial movements and enough exaggeration to where it's not like uncanny valley, but at the same time you can read the emotions on a very human and like that complex human level that you wouldn't otherwise recognize animals having, except for like maybe dogs, And that just blew my mind. I'm sitting here like one of the sheep's crying, I'm crying with it, and it was just a really sad moment. And I mean, maybe it's also because the soundtrack is phenomenal in this. It was really good. Like the moments where they like put in like the violin and whatever else they used. I think it was another set of strings, like a harp no, it wasn't a harp, it was something else. But it was just a perfect blend, that kind of perfect blend that a lot of movies should be handled with. And the funny part is that you never really see these in a lot of other projects, except if for whatever reason they are very passionate about a family film, because you usually get this kind of treatment, or at least you should expect to get this kind of treatment with something from like Disney, with something from action hero movies, especially if they have like CGI characters and stuff. And this is just like a story about sheep going and solving murders, not, you know, like, oh, we're fighting big space guy who can destroy time space or disrupt it and snap people away, or, you know, this isn't like, oh, you know, this is like a whole thing and like surrealness and magic and ghosts and goblins. It's just a normal mundane town, normal mundane things, and sheep who perform. They perform, and they perform so well. The voice actors, it's not like a bunch of random celebrities brought in. Seth Rogen going as a CGI pig. Oh my god. Oh, more movies should be held at this standard. Somehow, a movie about sheep solving a murder is so much better than half of the slop we're getting nowadays. And I think that's just what we need. We just need weird small projects that are just so different from the status quo, even just the quiet ones, like random sheep in a meadow solving murders, is so much better than having to make your entire movie have to have some generational multiverse setup where, oh, we're gonna get G.I. Joe in here, oh, we're gonna get the Transformers, oh, Barbie, let's make a movie with her and hint something or maybe something or other, and Oppenheimer and whatnot. Like, I think we just need more movies that just take it slow, and it doesn't need to be a big spectacle, but at the same time, people can actually learn valuable lessons from these sheep. Like, it's crazy. These sheep were literally going through some crazy stuff. It wasn't just, oh, you know, this guy got murdered, we gotta solve it, justice, you know. It wasn't just that flat. It was like one of the sheep in it is like, it's like the world on the outside is very complex, mostly because that sheep was outside the meadow before it was bought by the farmer. It's just a minor spoiler for that. But he tells the characters, he's like, look, man, if you're gonna go on this, you're gonna figure things out. It's not like the books. Like, you're going to go through some crazy stuff, and they do it relatively. Like one of the sheep, one of the main like couple sheep literally has like a mental breakdown because their entire world perspective, like, they literally have a crisis of faith, a crisis of in themselves and everything they know. Like, they just literally, their whole world shattered in front of them, and yet they kept pushing, they kept going. And one of the biggest things in it's just such a minor thing, but what was so interesting was there's this part in it, for spoilers, they really like forgetting things, except for this one sheep that in the meadow that all forget things. And it ties into like a really good part right before the climax, but it really can send a great message to these kids that, you know, you don't have to lock everything away, you don't have to throw away everything because it hurts, but the fact is that you live with it and you live on with it. And I think part of the reason why I got teary-eyed about it, and I'm about to get teary-eyed now, is because I had a video I posted about remembering people and pushing through that and continuing to live on because of that, because, like, you know, who else is going to remember them? It really connected with me on an emotional level, and I'm starting to tear up. Oh my god, I hate this sheep movie. I hate this movie about sheep solving a murder, and it's good. I love it. Oh, we need more. I need more movies like this. It was like Charlotte's Web all over again when I was little, bro. The pig and the spider is we're so back. We're so back. I love sheep, and they got to solve a murder, man. I'm so happy. But yeah, that's my review. It's a total 10 out of 10. I really didn't have any problems with it. I just feel like they could have made a couple more like side characters have a little bit more involvement, so we could at least get some kind of thing of like, oh, you know, they might have been the murderer, they might have had a thing, but we don't really get much of them unless we get some kind of like really cool and awesome like director's cut XL edition, 4K whatever. But, you know, I don't think they're gonna just do that, but that would be really awesome, and it would flesh out a few other characters. But literally, they just have like a 2 sentence I don't really have a deep enough motive, so I can't really kill the guy. Or, it's just like, it's too vague to really be a motive. So, I guess that's kind of a double-edged sword of what I'm saying is bad, but otherwise, the entire movie was amazing. The art style, not the art style, the cinematography, the animation, and the general look and feel of the sheep are really amazing. Performances were all working like overtime. They were on demon mode. They really, really, really grounded the movie in for me. And even though some of them act really like foolish and stupid, it was believable foolish and stupid, and it was just very rewarding how everything turned out. And I was left a very satisfied customer of this movie. So if you guys have nothing else to do and you just want to watch a movie that may or may not pluck at your heartstrings, but to just also have something really nice and kind of cutesy that isn't super dark, but has realistically dark tones that aren't deep-setted in like some kind of Batman novel, then absolutely tear into this movie and just bawl your eyes out if you want to. Go take your kids. They'll learn a valuable lesson. There's no tongue Sahur, no tralala, tralala, or whatever it's called, skibbity toilet. It's actually all very just kind of bluey in a way. So that's my review. Go watch the movie. I love my mother. I just wanted to say that, and my father, and my sisters, and all of you. Goodbye. I need to go home and take a really big poop. Gosh. Oh man.